The goal of this video is to show you one execution of the not last rule on the small example that we have there, that is depicted on the right. What we have first, in the first step, is that we will sort the activities according to the latest start time of the activities, right? And so that order, if we sort the activities according to the latest start time, it means first A, then C, then B, right? That's this order, right? And then we also need to sort them according to the latest completion time. And so that's this order. C, then A, then B, right? Then we will, of course, take the iterator over the activity sorted according to the latest start time. So K first, there, when we do next, we have K is equal to A. That's this one. Okay. Then we have the initialization of the theta tree. Let's do the initialization of the theta tree. But initially, the theta tree, you know, it's empty, right? It's an empty theta tree. So we have nothing in it. That's why all the nodes are depicted in gray. And we put minus infinity for the earliest completion time of each of them, so that the earliest completion time is also at the root node minus infinity there. Then we will consider the first activity in our for loop, okay? And so the first activity according to the latest completion time, it means the activity C there. So we consider the activity C, and the inner while loop there will the only purpose of that one, if you remember, is to compute the not last set prime of the activity C, because that's the first one that we consider. Okay, which one do we have in the not last set of the activity C? Well, the one that we have there for the activity C are all these ones. Okay, so we have that the activity A, C, and B will be inserted in the theta tree because of that loop. Okay, so they will all be part of the not last set prime of the activity C. Okay, so they will be added one by one inside the while loop. They will be added one by one inside the theta tree because of this insert there. So the first one that we insert is the activity A. So we do that. It takes log n time, of course, and we see that, okay, we need to update all the nodes in the theta tree there up to the root node. This is depicted, the path is depicted in blue. Then the next one that we will insert is the activity C, and then the activity B, okay? And now the three of them are included in the theta tree. So now we arrive at this very interesting part, because that will be the one that will compute the new latest completion time for the activity I, and the activity I correspond to the activity C. So the goal there is to see if we can update the latest completion time of the activity C. So what we have is that the earliest completion time of theta, but we need to subtract first the activity C itself, right? So we need to do theta minus C, because you see that the activity I cannot be included there. So it needs to be removed. And so that's why we take again log n time just to remove it, and then we compute the earliest completion time at the root node. That's 10. So here we have 10, and the test is 10 larger than the latest completion time of C minus the processing time of C, which is 9. Okay, is it the case? And yes, it's the case. So we will update the latest completion time of the activity C can be updated to the value 9. Okay, so we will remember that. Okay, but it will be the case. Okay, at the next iteration of this for loop, we arrive at the activity A. Okay, so this one. And we need to use this loop, the inner while loop, to possibly add new activities inside the not last set of the activity A. So now we are interested into the not last set prime of the activity A. But as you know, we consider them in a nested way because we have correctly sorted the activities. And so the while loop there, what we will see is that we have already included the 3 activities are already part of the theta tree. So it means that none of the activities will be added again in the theta in the theta tree there. They're already in it. So that's impossible to add more activity. And so the while loop there will have no effect, and we will immediately arrive at the if part because they are already part of the theta tree. This is what is written there. So we do the check, but again, don't forget that we have the not last set prime. So we need to remove first the activity A from this theta tree. This is what we do. And the test is again, is 10 larger than 9? And that's the case. And so we will update the latest completion time of the activity A can possibly be set to the value 10. So we can possibly do that. And this is what we will record there. Okay, we'll say that it can be set to 10. Okay, at the last iteration, we consider the activity B now. Okay, we consider the activity B. Again, the theta tree already contains the 3 activities, so there is nothing else to add in the theta tree. The while loop will have no effect. We need to compute this part, so we need to remove the activity B from the theta tree. This is what we do. We compute the earliest completion time. That's a 9. And the question is 9 larger than 10? That's not the case, right? So we will not execute this line there. Okay, there is no reason to update the latest completion time there of the activity B. And so at the last part, we update all the latest completion time, and we see that we will only be able to update the latest completion time of A and C, okay, and that will correspond to this, but the activity B will not be featured by this not last rule. So that's it for the example. That was a little bit special case because we see that the while loop there was only useful at the beginning for the activity A, and then we have added the 3 activities, but then for the next 2 it was already complete, and so we immediately jumped at the if part there to update the latest completion time.